Silver. This is going to be just a total basics video to help people trying to understand what it is that I'm talking about and so many other people are talking about in their videos. It's just going to be the basics. It's going to try to be real simple here on this stuff. It's not going to be, tough words, not going to be all college level. It's going to be real simple that even somebody like me could understand, because I'm a basic dude, plain and simple. So this is silver. This stuff right here, I brought some out to show. This is courtesy of the Atlantis Mint. No, they didn't pay for it. I paid for it. I said courtesy because it is their bars that they made. Some cool stuff, right? I love this little hand-poured silver. That's all it is. 1 ounce hand-poured silver bars. So what is silver? Silver is metal. And that's it. All right, have a good day. No, wait. There's more, right? So this metal has uses. In industry, it has uses. It's a reflective material. People can make mirrors out of it. It's super reflective. It is like one of the best conductors of electricity, if not the best conductor of electricity out there. In fact, I think it is the best. Some issues with it tarnishing and corroding and whatnot compared to gold, but it has other uses like, well, it's antimicrobial. Wow, if you were to drink out of a cup with, a silver cup, you're going to naturally be, let's just say you're a little healthier than other people because it's antimicrobial, the material itself. What else can I say? Oh, let's see. Let's move out these out the way here. Silver is a hedge against inflation. You may hear that if you start diving into silver a little bit. Right? What does hedging mean? Hedging means just not a cure. We're not curing inflation. We're not stopping it from happening, because it is going to happen. It's happened year after year, like, as long as we have written documentation of money and whatnot. It's just the prices go up, and that's what inflation is the price of things just naturally go up. 100 years ago, whatever, like let's say a car, it didn't cost 20 grand for a new car. It cost much less. Times have changed. It costs more now. Hedging is just kind of like safeguarding yourself a little from the inflation, so that one day you're not waking up and having to get the full brunt of a full-on increase in cost. You're able to take care of that increase in cost a little bit by buying silver, so that way you have a little bit of a safe, a little bit of a cushion, I'll say, against the inflation. So it's helpful. It's not going to cure it. It's going to still happen. Money's going to be, worth less and less, and things are going to be worth more and more. It's just the way it works. There's more people in the world. They need these same things. They want these same things. Supply and demand. That's all it is. But it helps. Silver is very affordable. It's an affordable metal. Gold is around $1,200 an ounce today, whereas silver, you can buy one of these ounces. Maybe not this exact one. These are a little bit more expensive, but 1 ounce of silver is worth $14.20. I put 1 troy ounce. Think of troy ounces for metals. Troy for metals. You got your fluid ounces when you drink. Those are, fluid. Troy, metal, $14.20 for an ounce of silver is what you can do. It's $9.24 when I'm making this video. $9.24.18. So anybody can just not go to McDonald's for a day and have their $14.20 and buy an ounce of silver. It's very easy to do. Poor people can do it. Rich people can do it. It's a metal for anybody, really. And silver, what is it? What is it besides metal? It's real money. It has real value to it. Whereas if I had a dollar bill right here, the dollar bill is worth $1, but it's made out of paper. The paper has no real, worth. I guess I could start a fire if I had to have a match or something, I guess, to start the fire, but it could keep the fire going for a short period. I guess it has some use in that. Whereas the silver, like I said before, has actual uses. You know, there's industrial things that it does. There's more and more that it's doing every single day, actually, the silver. So it does have some actual uses and real value, and has had value for almost as long as anybody can remember. As long as human beings has been around and has had this stuff, it's been valuable to them. This and gold are both valuable, and it is proven with history that it's just gonna keep being valuable. You know, the whole world knows about silver. You can go to China and say, "Hey, I have an ounce of silver." Maybe you don't say it that way. Maybe you say like "Ang dang bong bi dang ding," or whatever you say in China. I don't know how to speak Chinese. I'm sorry if that offended somebody, but they would be like, "Oh yeah, we take silver here. Cool. We're Chinese. You guys are Americans. We still take that stuff. That's cool." Whereas if you brought a dollar bill, they might be like, "Hey, whoa, we don't really take the dollar bill here." You know what I mean? I got you if you got some silver, but not going to work with the dollar so much. Anyways, so the whole world is in on this. Why aren't you? Well, you don't know about it. Maybe you don't know about it. Maybe you're not sure about it, right? Let me show you this one right here. I'm an artist. I don't know if you noticed. I've done some serious artwork here. I'll sign these later, and I'll probably go ahead and put them on eBay for sale. Just kidding. So I did some little research here, and I found out that in 1918, right, a pound of steak, and it doesn't say what kind of steak, but just whatever. Like let's just imagine it was a nicer cut of steak. All right, maybe a nice T-bone or porterhouse. Was about 25 cents 100 years ago. That's what you paid for that nice, porterhouse steak, for a pound of it. 25 cents. Now, today, because of the inflation that we talked about, okay, a pound of steak is going to cost you about $10 for that same porterhouse, right? Now, in 1918, again, back 100 years ago, a quarter, one of these little guys right here that I drew so well, it was made out of 90% silver for an actual quarter. And not only that, but our money was also backed by the government saying that it was worth, its weight in precious metals. Not its weight necessarily, but our money was backed by gold, saying that, hey, we believe in our country so much that we're willing to put, imagine this was gold, whatever amount of gold towards that money if something bad was to happen, if, you can trade it in for that gold if you need it. We have it. It's locked away. Our money is really good. And that was strong. That was strong of America to do that, And they were putting real money, remember how I said before, silver is real money, in their currency. Today, the same quarter has a silver, so this quarter, this 90% silver quarter, has a silver value of $2.50 for that same quarter. Now, it only shows on a quarter, that quarter, 25 cents. But it's worth $2.50 because of the silver content. So, whereas today, you're going to have 10 $1 bills, or 2 5s or 10, to buy this steak, you could have 4 of those quarters back in the day, and you could pay for that same steak. That's kind of an example in a roundabout way of the inflation and hedging against it because of the silver. Another quick little example, right? And ignore all this because I'm just going to talk for a second. So 100 years ago, if you had $100, okay, you could maybe go to the bank. Here's a bank. Let's imagine that's $100. And you could put your $100 in the bank. And, you overslept for a little bit. Time traveled 100 years into 2018. Now you go to the bank and let's get my $100 out. Cool, I still have $100. But that $100 is not going to buy you what it would buy then. Maybe you don't realize what time you're in and you go to the used car lot and you say, hey, I have $100. I'm going to try to get a used car. I want to drive around a little bit. They'd probably just laugh at you you're really not going to get a used car for $100. Not really going to be a nice one. It might have, one wheel and maybe not even a steering wheel. You're just gonna have to drive it. I don't know how you're gonna drive it, like Fred Flintstone style with your feet or something. But if you took that same $1, or I'm sorry, $100, imagine that's $100, in, 1918, 100 years ago, and you bought silver. Silver at the time was around, let's just say 50 cents. It was roughly that. I'm not making it up. It was approximately that, here or there around that year. And you'd buy, 200 ounces at that price with that $100 bills. So you'd buy 200 of these. So now, boom, you sleep for a long time. You fast forward to today. Now you're talking, approximately $3,000. Just a little bit south of $3,000. You might be able to go to the used car lot and, say, hey, I have $3,000. Can I get a used car? They'd probably be like, yeah, we got something for you. Not going to be the prettiest, but it's not going to be the worst either. It's not going to be the Fred Flintstone, drive with your feet car. So it hedges against inflation. It has uses. People are going to want this one day. They may melt it down and they may make something out of it. They're going to need it. It's constantly being used day in and day out. All kinds of precious metals are. Silver, gold, palladium, platinum. It has uses to it. So it's not like it just sits there on your table and that's all it ever could do. You can melt this down and use it for things. So there's just so much to it. And you could put this in a little, a little baggie somewhere and just hide it away. Instead of putting just money in the bank for, a savings account, you could just put a little bit of that, because that's always nice to have in your savings account just for a rainy day. You quickly get the money out, and you can have some of this, a little percentage of this, plus other investments too, maybe some stocks, maybe some bonds, whatever. But this should definitely be a consideration when you're investing. A little bit of the precious metals, like I said, it's cheap, affordable for all people, really. You should definitely put a little bit of that in there. Now this video, it's just totally basic. It just totally gives you some ideas in your head. You should definitely go Google, look at other videos, do some research, and find out if this is a good option for you. It wouldn't hurt you to buy just a little bit of this stuff. I'll put some links in the description of some places where you can get it, as cheap as possible to get you started on it, to get you a little head start on the game if you wanted to do it. A real quick example off my head is jmbullion.com. I'll put the name in the description. They'll give you 10 ounces at that spot price that I showed you earlier, right here. At least, if you do it right this second, it might go up or down as of tomorrow or the next day. But they'll give you 10 ounces for, whatever the spot price is. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It gets you started. Or you could literally go into a pawn shop or something like that and buy 1 ounce and say, hey, I got it now. Or go on eBay, buy 1 ounce and just feel it. Feel what that's like. Feel how heavy it is. Surprisingly heavy and deceptive for 1 ounce. And, think about it. Put it around your head a little bit. Think about all the artwork I showed you. Maybe that'll help you. Look how I did all the lines. It's important stuff. No, but seriously though, think about this. Think about investing. It could help your future. It really could. And maybe not even your future. Maybe you save it for generations, to come. Maybe you're having kids and stuff, and they're going to need it one day. That'll help them, have that wealth stored by having this silver, saved. You're storing your wealth. You're just holding on to those assets that you have in precious metals. Good luck.